Hey everybody, welcome back. And it's Rachel with Living the Journal Life, and this week, or today, we're doing my March monthly in my memory keeping planner. So I've got my Pilot multi-ball, I've got my Pilot G2, some mild liners. The planner is from Avalon and Ninth. It's their 7x9 planner. The kit is from Itty Bitty Sticker Co. And now I'm just finding a couple of mild liners that kind of go with the March kit to be a little matchy-matchy, not totally matchy-matchy because there's a lot of colors to choose from, but I really particularly like to pull out that teal, and then that really pretty purple was also one that made me strike my fancy. And this is all back planning. I got so behind in March, like so behind, and April, and when I get a little overwhelmed with life, the first thing that drops is my memory keeping, because I keep all of my notes in my Hobonichi cousin, that stays very up to date, and so I can always go back and see, my little journaling and my to-do list and what I did that day, and then fill in the memory planner. So this is sort of the last thing that gets done. And when I'm behind like this, it's really nice because the leftovers from the weekly pages, I put the pictures onto the monthly page. So all the pictures you see are ones that I printed out for my weekly pages, but I didn't have enough room for them because I just had too many pictures that day. So instead of losing out on those pictures, because of course I printed them, I thought they were cute, I get to see them on my monthly page. So that's sort of the benefit of being behind. But I do also like at the end of the week just filling it in and being caught up, but then there's less pictures. So it's sort of a both ways work. And I found this ginormous Molly sticker because March 8th is in real life Molly's birthday. So I thought she just deserved a ginormo sticker there to say happy birthday to the Molly. And I'm just outlining, I use the mild liners, and then I outline the right-hand side and the bottom of each letter, like each section of the letter, and it just makes them pop a little bit. This writing isn't super fancy, but I find giving a shadow sort of evens out the uneven spots and makes it pop off the page just a little bit. So if you want to do something simple that doesn't take a lot of time or honestly a lot of effort, then that's a really easy way to make your writing seem a little bit fancy. Not a lot fancy, just a little bit fancy. We don't get very fancy here. So I try and not write one word and then pick one sticker and then write one word and pick one sticker. But you'll see I do that because I'll be like, oh, and I'll think of a perfect sticker for that. And I'll have to get it right that second or else I'll forget. But I like to do a few words and then find a few stickers because that just works better for my brain. But sometimes oh, I know a sticker and it's perfect for that thing. And so I have to go searching. It's not as economical with my time, but this is really something that I do completely for fun, completely to relax. It's nothing that needs to be perfect. It's nothing I need to stress out about. I don't even post it to Instagram sometimes. It is just, this is for me. And sometimes I share it and sometimes I don't. But I thought this one was kind of fun, so I thought since I was doing it all at once, I might as well film it and share it with you guys in case you're like, what the heck do I do? I have this memory planner. What do I do with these monthly pages? And so this is what I do. And that big yay is because my kitty, after her vet visit, her labs had come up. My poor kitties are getting a little older. They're senior ladies. And Jade, our floofiest, is having some troubles with her blood work. And so her numbers were not great, but they were up. And she just had a final vet visit, hopefully a final for a while. And her labs have improved even more. And I'm hoping that the vet is going to give us a go-ahead to see her in 6 months or a year because we're pretty darn close to normal. And she's doing great. So that's a big worry off my mind. And so this month and this week that we're planning, or that we're stickering and doing stuff for, I was getting my husband ready and getting supplies for the GDC, which is the Game Developers Convention, Game Developers Conference. Anyway, he's a game dev and he went to a conference. So I was buying extra masks and travel supplies and making sure he had everything he needed, because he hasn't traveled for a while, probably since 2020 on a plane and everything. So I wanted him to have everything he needed. And on March 13th is my nephew Jake's birthday, and I can't believe this baby that was a baby just 2 seconds ago is now in his 20s and talking about buying houses and getting married and stuff like that. He's not getting married yet. My auntie heart might explode when that happens, but he's totally growing up and it's awesome. The next day we lost my Uncle Bill, and that was definitely not awesome. It seems like the middle of March tends to have a lot of funerals and a lot of birthdays. Well, the whole month of March tends to have a lot of funerals and a lot of birthdays, a lot of death days and a lot of birthdays. So it's always a very mixed bag for me and my family. But one thing I did wanted to point out, that Itty Bitty Sticker Co, you can see them here, has released some really beautiful death stickers. So this one is a little kitty, crossing the rainbow bridge, which makes a little bit, I don't know, I think it's really nice when you have something pretty to look at when you're being sad. So it was very nice to have pretty Molly stickers to look at for the last few funerals and stuff, and that made me happy. A lot of people don't make pretty stickers for sad things, but Itty Bitty Sticker Co kind of has a Molly for everything. It's amazing. And so here we're just filling in a lot more things. Like we played Frosthaven twice this week before my husband left for his trip and failed both times. It was like stupendously failed. And if you don't know what Frosthaven is, it's a board game. It's a very, very geeky board game. It's like playing Dungeons and Dragons, but also a board game. So that tells you how big of a geek I am. And I'm a big geek, and we played 2 scenarios this week and failed miserably at both. I was trying to give him something, trying to do something that was very low key and chill, and it would be like, here's something relaxing before your trip, and it was just fail after fail. So that was a fail on my part. But it's fun even when you lose. Or at least I think it's fun when I lose. I know a lot of people get very upset about losing, but I am not one of them, thankfully, because we don't lose a lot, but there is a pretty steep, some things are very challenging. And as soon as my husband left town, I shaved my head because, that's what you do, right? When your husband leaves town, you shave your head. I've been wanting to shave my head for years, and I wanted to do it while he was out of town, just in case I was super sad about how it turned out. I would have a few days to process my sadness so that he didn't have to come home to a wife who cut off all her hair. What did I do? But I actually love it. I adore it, and my husband likes it, and I'll probably get a wig for those few days when I'm like, oh, I miss my long flowy locks. And then I can have long flowy locks, and then I'll be like, oh, long flowy locks are hot and they take effort, and I want my shaved head back, and then I can just take off my wig and be like, voila, it is shaved. So that was really fun, and I think it's funny that my husband leaves town, so of course the first thing I do is shave my head, right? That's what you do. And I was getting some shopping done for summer, which is amazing. I got some new t-shirts and some new shorts, and I am all ready to face the Seattle summer, which isn't really as bad as a lot of places, but we don't have central air conditioning here. Even a lot of shops and restaurants don't have air conditioning. So when it hits 90, you're frying. And luckily we have been buying air conditioning here, so I have enough to keep my house manageable. So anyway, this was how my month turned out, and I hope you guys liked coming along for the process. And I would love to know how if you do a memory keeper, how you use the monthly pages and what you do with them. So thanks again for watching.